Ha,
Oh,
here we go.
hello, hello.
Hello, dear wonderful people out there. We are Robert Babich and Marc Rombois. And we heartily welcome you to Marotopia episode number
Boah,
6 already. 6.
wow. It starts to get a habit.
It starts to get a hassle. Joking. My dear friend Roberto, how do you do today?
I'm fine. I'm very fine. I got a lot of new opportunities, work, ideas. Things happen. I was actually the last few days. I thought, oh, nothing happens in this year. Everything is still stuck. And then today, like one email after another. Do you want to do this? Do you want to come to us? Do you want to play here? Do you want to do this? So things are happening. How is it for you, Mark?
Post-pandemic action. The people are getting awake again. Yeah, how am I? It was a pretty a little stressful week so far because in 2 days I will have a concert with Mickey's Takeover Ensemble. We play Bach and
Super cool.
Voyage de la Planète in Stettin in Poland. How do you pronounce it in Polish? Szczecin?
Szczecin. Yeah.
Stettin. Okay.
Szczecin.
And for another time, I had major problems with my UAD Apollo 2 sound card.
Oh.
I'm actually a big fan of UAD. I have it in my studio. But with this sound card, it is the first generation. I have always problems. And once again, I had problems. And after 3 hours of almost destroying my table, I called DJ's Delight in Düsseldorf, Erkratterstraße number 2, and asked them, hey guys, I need a very simple sound card. No rocket science. I just want a sound card with 2 times 2 outputs and nothing else. And then, I drove there, bought one, and after 5 seconds, everything was running.
Which one did you got?
Steinberg something. I forgot. It's not here. It's already in my remover flight case. Steinberg something. But it's okay. It's pretty easy to handle. And after 5 seconds, everything was running. I always have problems with console. So console can't really... I always save the parameters, and half a year later I check them and then they are gone. And console is not a nice surface, I must say.
Yeah, for me, actually, I completely banned UAD out of my system. I have nothing left from them. But it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just I found different other really nice tools that I love.
There are always
I forgot my tea.
alternatives.
You drink tea and I forgot my tea. Not good preparation.
You should grab it later. A Marotopia show without tea is not a Marotopia show.
No, and I cannot drink my morning coffee is my morning coffee, and the morning coffee I'm always drinking from my 303 cup or my Utopia cup. Was stylish. And by the way, the SSL 2-channel. I'm seeing this here. I use this for my live sets, by the way. Exactly this one. So people are already writing. Yeah.
Yeah, super open-minded. So if you guys out there have some hints for me, let me know. I even forgot that Steinberg offers sound cards. And big shouts to DJ's Delight in Düsseldorf. You are great. So it was pretty cool with them. They have every kind of sound card. They have Arturia, they have Steinberg, they have AMI. So yeah, really cool. If you are living in this area, check them out. And big shouts to Jan, and thanks a lot for helping me out.
Mark, last week you talked about a new Mark Romberg release, and you wanted to show us something or let us listen.
Shall we start with music?
Yes, you have
So
to show us.
early. So early, okay. Yeah, I uploaded a snippet on SoundCloud, and we can have a short listen. Yes. Just a sec.
Oh, I can show my three cup. It's somewhere there. Okay,
So-
I see a message.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the trip.
Cool.
You like?
Not bad. Even it's just in mono.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice. It's a solo production or with somebody?
It's a collaboration with Xavier Januario from Nice in France, a good friend of mine.
Okay.
We are currently working on a few tracks. We started when the pandemic started, so we made tracks together via Zoom and Listen to. And yeah, this track took us 15 months. I mean, with breaks, of course, but it was already ready in spring 20. And then I didn't want to release it during the pandemic because I really wanted to give this piece the chance to be out when people can go to clubs again. And hello, Sasha. How are you? And yeah, that's and then 1 year later, I found a few things we could still fine tune. And yeah, now I'm very, very happy with this track. So I know a lot of friends who are really touched, and mid of March is release date. So looking forward to it. And do we have to write advertisement show now here?
No.
Otherwise, I don't know what happens. Yeah,
I mean,
but
we are artists, so and we show our art. That's not a selling show, right?
yeah, and we can be proud of it. I mean, I think we can share this with our community as well, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
Oh, lots of hearts from Johanna. Thanks a lot. But Roberto.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a release as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm saying your name.
Surprise! Yeah, tomorrow. Actually, okay, I can show this as well, right?
Yeah, of course. That's why we are here. Because I haven't listened to it yet. So all the Marotopians and we are curious now what's coming out.
So, yeah, actually, it's a remix of a track of mine coming out on Celador with Timo Maas remix.
Oh, la
Timo
la.
Maas, an old good friend of us. Really, yeah, cool DJ, cool guy. He made a remix. Let me just play it for a tiny bit, and then we go on, right? So, hey, you want to listen to this? Please, people in the
Yeah.
chat.
Please.
Should I just... Nah.
No, play
Tell
it,
me.
please. Please.
Okay, one little play.
So far, we hear it very quietly.
Oh,
I think we can just hear it via your microphone. Also nice with the phone effect. You know what? Send me the link, and I played from my computer because I think something is not working.
that's sad. Okay, let me
What
give you the
happened?
link. I have no idea. You saw it. It's in full volume.
Yeah, but
Technology.
yes, but hey, the track wasn't found.
Ah, yeah, it's secret. It's
No.
releases tomorrow. Okay. Hey, releases tomorrow. Check it out.
Oh, Robert.
It's okay. But actually, I can say something.
You can talk about this track.
Yeah, the track actually was just listen to this. But I have some more stuff coming up actually. There will be a new Dirt Cut release. Actually, I have three complete releases ready, waiting to send out to the distribution, and I have two Barbage style completely ready. I have a release on a on a famous label from a famous guy. It's not allowed to tell me say anything. A lot of things coming, and Mark, tell me, do we have something?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Before we started the show, I was like, there are so many things we can share with the community. I don't know where to start and where to stop. But before I start, Thomas says, send him the private link. Have you sent me a private link?
It's let me post the Beatport link into our chat so everybody can have a look by themselves. I think that's the best way. Have a look.
Yeah, that's another possibility. So the release comes along with the Timo Mars remix and anything else?
No, just solo.
And where's my promo, by the way? I don't have it. I mean,
Where's my promo of your track?
you're not a DJ.
Okay, that's 1 point for you.
Yeah. Okay. Next week you play to us, okay?
Yeah. Then it's
Okay,
released.
super. Okay, to come back to my release, there is something special because this release will also come out in a Dolby Atmos version.
Oui.
I'm very excited about it. I have just listened to it yesterday with my Apple headphones because with these, how are they called? AirPod Pro Max or something. And it's an experience. I really like it. But what do you think about Dolby Atmos? And do you think it's something for club music or not?
Oh.
What is your opinion as the sound daddy of the nation?
Actually, I'm very, very curious. I want to make some tests myself. I have no idea. I never heard multi-channel club music. I was, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, I was on a concert from Karl-Heinz Stockhausen in Cologne, where he had, I don't know, 70 channels or something around the room. That was amazing. But this was experimental classical music. For club music, it's new. I want to check it out. I'm always curious. I'm this little boy in my toy room here with my toys, and I want to check this. So definitely. And Logic, I'm working with here in the studio with Logic Pro. I'm a strange guy. I know most of you out there use Ableton, but Logic. Logic is Logic. And Logic have a built-in transcoder for this system. So yeah, we will get, maybe Mark, you will visit me in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Maybe we can try something out.
2 or 3 weeks. 2 weeks, no? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I'm living out of time. For me, it's just day and night and day and night.
So maybe not everyone is aware of Dolby Atmos. I have just found a short, brief video about it so that everyone is in the frame. And what I do is when I come to your place to Malta, I bring my headphones. I mean, the headphones are not like the studio where the speakers are everywhere. And one guy already wrote, it's the future. So yeah, this is the question. Maybe it's a co-future. I don't know. I don't think that stereo will disappear. But let's have a short view on this video.
Show us.
Dolby Atmos is a breakthrough new sound experience that makes it easier than ever before to get amazing sound. It's a major advance from stereo and even surround sound. In stereo, streams of sound are delivered through 2 channels. Surround sound enhanced audio by creating 5 or 7 channels. It's a much richer experience, but the limitations of channels still remain. Dolby Atmos revolutionizes audio by freeing sound from channels. As a result, it can create a complete atmosphere of sound all around you, even overhead. It also enables much finer control over individual sounds, which can be precisely placed and moved in three-dimensional space. Each sound can be made louder or quieter, more diffuse or more focused, bigger or smaller. So every part of the audio comes to life with its own unique personality and moves around you the way that it does in the real world. Dolby Atmos adapts this premier sound experience from the cinema to other environments, like a home theater system, or a simple soundbar in the living room, or even mobile devices with a set of ordinary earbuds, making the sound as precise and immersive as your listening setup allows. We call it moving audio, as the sound flowing around you makes you feel like you're truly inside the action. And that heightens the impact of your entertainment. Look for Dolby Atmos in movies, TV shows, games, music, and virtual reality experiences, and hear your entertainment come alive all around you. Dolby Atmos. Feel every dimension.
Here we go.
And I like the idea, from what I understood, is that you make the mix down and every sound is an object. So it's an object-orientated format that can will be applied to every speaker configuration you have in the room. But it's super technical. It's interesting. I will try this out for sure. Maybe, when I make my music, I have this vision in my mind that when you listen to a garbage track, you can close your eyes and you can walk into the track and look around. So actually, this would be like the next step to this concept, right?
Yeah, there is also a little reason why we are calling our show and our world Marotopia, because we are both future freaks and we are really looking forward to what's gonna happen in the future. And I'm really looking forward to the meta worlds, not so much from Facebook, more from other developers. And I think the possibility to go to a virtual club or to go to a virtual world, besides the usual world, of course, is something which is really fascinating me. And when I listen to First Blush as a Dolby Atmos version, or spatial audio as Apple describes, it felt really, really great. And one Marotopian asked already, is there a club providing Dolby Atmos? I don't know, to be honest. I have never played in a club with spatial audio, but this can be a new next step, right? Why not?
I think in a good club, they are all digital controlled systems anyway. So it would be maybe just an update to the system, because they have speaker all around in the club. Possible.
Yeah, would be great. It would be a new step also when it comes to the club experience. But you guys out there, do you know any club on this globe which is already providing this? So maybe you know more than us. Last week you showed us how intelligent you are all together, because when we listened to the demo tracks, we didn't have to add anything anymore. So let us know. Do you know something about where Dolby Atmos spatial audio is already happening? And would you love to listen to our music in spatial audio? This is something which really interests me. Another thing which is really interesting me is your album, Rob Acid, named to be announced album. And I have a little surprise for you.
I like surprises.
Oh yes. Look at this.
Oh, I know that instrument.
Chuck. Boom.
I like that. Looks nice.
So why not calling the album Your Name Suggestion Can Be Here?
Why not?
Okay, for everyone who's new here, during the last episodes, we occasionally talked about possible names for the album. We still have not fixed the name. And yeah, please suggest us names. And before you suggest us names, we want to let you know something about a new platform we have just started, where you can
Right.
enter these names 24/7. Robert.
We thought about that we have this cool community now slowly growing, and there's a very nice way of giving a community a home. Beside our super cool show here, we created a Discord server. My wonderful people. So
Cool.
we are inviting you, every one of you. It's free to join us. Please go with this link and join us on Discord. So there's a community. It's a discussion platform, and we hope we can get this to live. And then in the future, when we do this track feedback demo rehearsals, we will use the links that are posted there. Love you too.
Yeah, super. So we talked last Sunday. We talked a long time about how we can extend the Marotopian world and how we can give you more possibilities to interact with us besides the actual show Thursday night. And then we came up with the idea about Discord. And I mean, you are running already a Discord channel
Yeah.
with your Robert Barbage account. Now there's a Marotopia Discord server as well. Can you explain the people what they can expect there? Also, can you explain it to me? I mean, I know now the basics, and I'm more than happy to jump on this platform.
Let me show you,
let us
because
know.
I see people are already joining in real time. This is the people.
Super.
Welcome.
Wonderful.
So, Mark, can you put away this Marotopia banner so I can show the screen a little bit?
Yes, of course. Just
So,
a sec.
as you guys see, yeah, and people are joining. Very cool. So we have a place where we can discuss, where we can show things. So this is our new place, and we will do maybe more categories, but here's the welcome place. Please introduce yourself here in this place. This is the place for demo links. If you want to show us music, or the community show your music, you can discuss together. If you have some feedback and you want to say some bad words about us, do it on this place. Then if you have ideas about our show, what kind of topics we should talk about,
Yes, that's a
this
good idea.
place.
That's a good idea. Give us input. What do you want from us? What can we discuss? And
Then the
So
whole Rob Acid album topic will be discussed here in that place.
track
Then I just
listing. Yeah.
track listing. We will show SoundCloud links. I will do remaster of all the Rob Acid tracks. Then gear talk, software, hardware, whatever you want. if you want to talk about the best cable to put that into your nose, this is the place. And I like funny things. I like to laugh. If you have some funny jokes, memes, put them in and make me smile. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. So I'm really excited about this new platform because I think this is a wonderful possibility to interact in between the shows and give us all your input. This is why we are doing it. Otherwise, we could Zoom with the two of us. So we want you to be included. We want you to be a part of our discussion, and we want to create also a lot of things together with you. And I would love to come back to the first names because I have further artworks with different names we can go through. And at this point, I think it's a wonderful occasion to welcome our guest because we have a guest tonight.
Really, let me introduce our guest, or you introduce him, because this is a really, really cool man. And I'm extremely thankful for this man. This man saved my ass because what he is doing is magic. Hello, Jürgen.
Hello, hearty welcome to Jürgen. The legend is with us. How do you do, Jürgen? How was your day? What did you do?
My day was fine. First, hello to everyone, to you guys and to the community. My name is Jürgen Driesen. I'm a longtime producer, friend of these guys.
True.
And in the last years, I'm more into repairs of these machines, like this one here. This is the holy machine. It's fully working again. So you will have it in 2 weeks when Mark
Very good.
is coming to Malta.
I told my people on the social media that Rob Acid is coming back, and you see Rob Acid material sitting there.
But you don't only need your 303, you will also need your 909.
Yes, please.
Which got also new wooden sides because
Super cool.
your 909 was rocked. It was
falling apart. Yeah.
falling apart into pieces. So we had to fix it with new wood sides. Otherwise, it sounds perfect.
Looking forward. Really, really. It's Christmas.
We want to hear new music.
Yes, you will. I will.
Babic remixes Rob Acid or something.
Yeah. Actually, there's Robert Babic featuring Rob Acid coming. Just but
Makes sense.
on my dirt cuts. But yeah. So
Also
Jürgen
maybe
is the main cool guy for repairing and everything that has to do with vintage equipment. He is the man.
all of it.
So, yes.
Any analog synth starting at the mid 70s up to maybe 2000, including the not too modern digital things because they are not repairable and they only have chips inside and software and something. But the older equipment, that's what I do every day, and they go bad all day. So a lot of things to fix.
Yeah, before we talk about your activities, and you will also show us a lot of exciting things, I would love to show you the first drafts of the Rob Acid Best Of album. So, and Jürgen, you can also comment the names already. So first of all, dear Marotopians, please suggest us names. Write them in the comments. Don't be shy. Brainstorm is just putting out what you think. Write what you think. And after the show, or also during the show, you can also enter your names, your ideas on our Discord server. So tomorrow morning under the shower, you are like, I have the name, and then jump to our Discord and enter the name. So here are the first ideas. And as I said, it's not set. So maybe you think, they know the name already. No, we don't know the name, Robert, right? So it's still open, correct?
Yes.
So this is an idea. Can you tell us something about the background? Why In Sync?
I didn't choose this.
Me neither. I compiled all suggestions we received during the last weeks. That's a very true title, but not very exciting, right?
No.
Is it true, by the way, 92 to 22?
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. First, Rob. Yes.
Okay, I remember that somebody suggested flashbacks. Okay, very enthusiastic response. Acid Warrior.
Yeah, but Acid Warrior, I am Acid Warrior.
Aha.
So it's another artist name of mine. So we will put actually Acid Warrior tracks on this Rob Acid album.
Yes. And you can also listen to these tracks, because go on soundcloud.com/Marotopia. There we are uploading stuff, and no, you can't go on it. It's still private. No, through Discord. Yes, through Discord you can go on the tracks. We are step by step uploading. And I remember that one of our Marotopian friends suggested this one. What do you think, Robert? Jürgen?
Too much like a newspaper for me.
Chronicles. That reminds me a bit of maybe I mean, Rob Acid is a superhero, so maybe it makes sense that I'm Clark Kent, and in secret I'm Rob Acid. I don't know. It's nice, but maybe we have more.
Okay.
I have more. I have one more.
Yeah, please let me know.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, okay. This one is already your title.
It's your release, right?
Anyone remember from the community?
Yeah, that's a good occasion to listen to some music before we talk and dive deep into the world of
Because
Jürgen's.
this guy here, besides repairing stuff, he was really doing some classic acid techno.
Here we go.
Great.
Which
Yeah.
one? Which year? 1994.
Yeah, correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been a while. I heard
And
this track
sounds
and I
still
must
modern,
say,
right?
yeah, exactly. It's. I mean, not every track from the 90s is timeless, but hey, you can play this. I mean, maybe a bit slower, maybe on +4, 5
No way.
something. No way. Okay. No,
Or
but
maybe the
timeless.
remix by Pascal Feos, for example. He did a remix later, which is a bit more soft, a bit more slower. So maybe that's also timeless.
Or a
And there are
new
a lot
remix.
of new remix. Maybe a new version. Yeah. Maybe a Rob Acid remix.
Yeah, for example. Andrew agrees. Hey, Claudia.
talk.
Good evening.
And I also found the record. You all remember maybe that this was released on Important Records, but not many people know that this guy also released on my label at that time. It was called Origin. You played that, I think, 2 or 3 episodes before, but I founded a second label, more experimental, also on Important, which was called Extract, and I found that vinyl.
That's a very
That's
rare
also
one.
a rare Rob Acid twirl. It's called
Wow.
twirl.
I
don't know.
even almost not remembering what's on this. I would love to listen to this.
Right reduce, hard drive, flange away, and sorted. The name
I-
for title EP. Great stuff, by the way.
The crazy thing is, I literally have released over 1,000 tracks in this 30 years. It's like all in all, under all names. I simply don't remember everything.
I know my Discogs is also a few hundred records, but yours is like a few thousand.
It's crazy. Mark,
Yeah,
how
but
many releases you have?
I have never
Come on.
counted them. I just counted the good ones.
You made also a lot of music
Half.
in all those years.
No, I haven't counted them. I mean, yeah. The greatest track is always the one on your mixing desk, right? I would say.
Yeah,
No?
always the next.
In a way.
Yeah, the next one somehow. Yeah, but actually, I'm super curious as Jürgen wanted to show us a little bit about 303 and give us some insight, because he's the man. He's the man,
Yeah.
and he has my machine.
I'm following you guys on Marotopia, and I saw maybe another show that there was a question about talk a little bit about repairs, a few minutes at least. So we can do it right now. I have
Yes,
prepared
please.
the two 303s. This is from Robert, and this is my 303 in sadly bad shape, actually. I had to repair it, that at least it's working for today. There is these buttons. Robert showed how to program a 303. And actually for me, there are two ways to program a 303. If you know what you're doing, and that's what Robert is doing, he knows the line in his head. So when he goes to his club, he has something, a mood, whatever, and he wants to program it, and then these buttons have to work like new, fully new. And
Yes, very important.
if you press such a button,
Oh,
and do whatever you want. That's
Yes,
just
right.
back in the days, I preferred the other way, to have bad buttons, because then accidents happened. That's what I liked. I had something in my mind, but if I programmed it into the 303 by accident, I felt like, what's that? That's crazy. I want to keep that. And if you press my buttons, you hear that they just by wiggling it, they have multi-trigger. So if you want to program C, D, E, whatever notes or timing, if you press it once, they maybe hit the button twice, 3 times. So the sequence is totally different than what you have in mind.
Horrible.
But that makes me horrible for you. I really like this feature. So I don't want to replace these buttons. No way. Not on my 303, but a lot of people really prefer your way. So they want to have good buttons.
Yes.
There's also a thing I want to show you, because you had this discussion what the purpose was of these 303. So you are right, this was not invented to be an acid machine, so it was really a base machine. And as far as I know, it came at the same time as the 606, and it was like really having a band for a soloist. So you have drums and you have a bass pattern and you can play to it. That was the purpose, but it never really worked because this machine is very complicated to program, so not for everyone. And it also was really made cheap. That's what I can say, because the parts in it, they are not selected, what I say, like in a mini Moog, for example. If you have a mini Moog, they're sitting in their workshop and picking these transistors for their ladder filter, so that any mini Moog sounds the same or similar, and not so far off like these two machines. I can demonstrate that. I have both in the same tuning and cutoff and decay. And if you listen to Robert's, and if you listen to my, you can hear what I call like a switch. It's tweaking more in the high resonance feedback loop. Whatever you prefer. Robert likes his 303, I like mine, but what I want to say is they never sound the same like a plug-in does, for example. They can simulate whatever they want in their virtual reality, but they are different. Like 808, 909, not one sound the same. It's always like the 808 kick, for example. My kick is on my 808 is very, very long, and some are quite short. You can, of course, change that, but if you buy it, buy a good one.
And my TB303 has a special feature, right?
Right. It has. It has a filter input, which you can plug in a cable. And Robert likes to plug the CV out of the same 303. Oops, I cannot find it. It's a bit dark here. So, and if you then play a melody, try to find something with melody. You can hear that the filter is reacting to the CV information. If you program that right with more tones in it, the filter will react to the tones. The upper tones opens the filters, and the lower tones close the filter, of course.
That's my secret, how I make gummy bass lines, gummy bear style asset. Yeah, great. That was, I think, very interesting, right? People outside?
Yeah, now that I, as a Mooger, have here 303 legends with you two. So, for the newbies amongst us, what makes this little crappy silver lunchbox so special? Can you both tell us what's so great about this one?
Jürgen.
Yeah.
Speechless.
No, I know what I want to say, but I'm a gentleman. I wait for Jürgen.
I just can show you one more that makes me special. If you just listen to whatever the sound is, if you distort it, because this is like undistorted sound, if you distort it, this is like going under the skin. I can't say anything more. It's just notes, the same notes, repeating, but still interesting. You can listen to these sequences all day. When, like you say, putting a bass drum and make a track. One last thing, what I did is I have such pedals. I think Robert has also a lot of these pedals. And on my first important records, okay, that's quite hard, but I like this distortion a lot in the 90s.
It's never too hard.
I remember when you came into my studio, I was playing with my 303, and I always tried that the right lights are not flashing. And then you entered my child room where my first studio was, and then you put all the gains to 5 o'clock, and I was like, no, Jürgen, what are you doing? And then I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's cool. I'll never forget this moment.
If you record something digital, you should not clip, because these converters, they don't like the clipping. But if you have an analog mixer, I think they can blink. They can be the modern Christmas trees.
Yeah,
for me, actually, the TB303 is like the Babelfish. Maybe some of you know the book Hitchhiker to the Galaxy, and there the main figure, he had to use a Babelfish. That was a little tiny fish that you put into your ear, and that is translating every alien language into brainwaves. And for me, the TB303 is exactly this kind of Babelfish where you can talk to any kind of aliens out there. This is the way, so you know what I'm doing.
By the way, both are right with filters. It sounds like an 18 dB filter, but it's technically a 24 dB filter. It's a bit complicated. Just look into the internet. There's a lot of explanations which shows it. But the filter itself, I think, doesn't make it that special, but it's also the sequence and the envelope going onto the filter. So that's it.
Acid Bubblefish. Bubblefish is also a nice name for the album, no?
Yeah.
Rob Acid Bubblefish. We should write it down. Yeah, go on our Discord. Enter this into our Discord.
Yes.
And then maybe we make artworks of all names. Press 300 records and give all 300 records 300 different names.
Yeah, we actually, Mark, you had some really cool ideas that we will create this vinyl and our community will be first. But more on this topic
Oh yes,
in the future.
Stay tuned. We have a lot of plans with you out there. So stay tuned within the next weeks.
But I have a question for Jürgen. What was your most difficult repair you ever have done? Because that interesting for me.
The Polymoog, because the Polymoog, because it's based on a lot of cards, PCBs, and a lot of cables and connectors, and I often heard that if you have a Polymoog, don't move it. So if you move it, maybe it will not work anymore. And I never had a memory Moog that maybe the same complication, but my one was the Polymoog. I prefer these.
And what was the, let's say, the strangest instrument that you ever had in your hand?
Oh, that's interesting question. I can't really tell, because there are a lot of things out there, and you think you already know everything, but then, for example, a friend of us, Steve, he finds a Russian delay or drum computer or whatever. I think sometimes it's made just for him, and he brings it to me. I say, I've never seen that, never. You cannot find it in the internet. No documentation, no nothing. I can't show you right now, but there are a lot of things, strange things out there. Last days I had a pedal, like a guitar pedal, which is the guitar to MIDI converter, and then you play a special synthesizer, so you can make strange sounds. I haven't seen that before, for example. But so it's never-ending story.
Mark,
it's not only about 303 and 909.
Of course, there's so much. Mark, what was your strangest instrument that you ever played?
Whoa. I will show you next week.
Okay.
I have a Mattel Bee Gees keyboard, which is like this. And a great guy from LA made a modification of this and sent it to me recently. And I can show you next week, because it looks really weird. And Kraftwerk used this little Mattel toy in their track Taschenrechner, Pocket Calculator. And I can show you next week. There's one point I would love to discuss with you, because, as you know, Robert, I'm also thinking about the girls and the ladies who are watching us. And I want to encourage you, ladies and girls out there, don't be shy, make music. I love the intention of girls and ladies when it comes to making music. I just finished an album with an amazing singer, Marlene from South Tyrol, and I'm still really flashed by her ideas and also the more, maybe in a positive way, more naive way to make music. So ladies out there, ask questions, and I ask now the first question to you. Could you please tell the girls and ladies and encourage them to make music and how to work with the 303 and why everyone can work with the 303, although it looks a little bit complicated at the moment. Jürgen.
It isn't really complicated because if you are just in ride mode, you can maybe just do whatever. It works like just turning knobs. So there is nothing complicated that is different between man and woman. And I think women maybe have a different approach than men have. Maybe they do something softer or whatever. So I want to listen to female.
Actually, most female artists that I know are doing hard techno, hard acid stuff. So it's not so soft, it's harder stuff. And I'm actually I have my schooling project, as you maybe know, Masterminds, and in my I have a international class with people from all around the world, and I have a German class where actually we have two females, two girls, two women that are really producing extremely good music, and I try to share my knowledge. So, but more on this maybe in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Robert, we should promote this, really. I love every follower here in our show, but I want more ladies in our show. And maybe we should also think about how we can support them, because there is so much creativity out there, and we need more lady creativity power. So maybe we should open a Discord room for this topic. What do you think?
Sure. Why not?
But why there are more men than women doing music?
I have no idea. I really don't know. But we want to change this. So come to us. Come to our Discord. Okay, so shall we listen to some more music?
Yes, please.
You have some music, right? Yeah, please. Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me a sec. So what about this one? Ha! Jürgen.
Who is this? Jürgen? Oh. Exit EE.
By the way, if
Yes.
you want to know what is my favorite synthesizer, one of my favorite synthesizer is the Roland Jupiter 6, and that's the lead sound.
Exactly
Nice
the
filter.
question here.
So, do you remember when you made this track, what inspired you, and you remember the day? And please tell us the story behind this wonderful, legendary piece of music.
That's hard because that's a long time ago. But I remember, for example, the Roland Jupiter 6, which was really a nice synthesizer. And once I had this melody, first the sound, of course, and then I was just playing around a bit with that melody, and that was splitting the people. Someone mentioned Jens Lissert, for example, and the other guy was Ramon Zenker. And when I came to these guys and played the track like a demo, like all of you did in the last Marotopia, Jens was saying, what a boring melody, for example. And Ramon said, that's the greatest melody of all times. And then they released it, and yeah, it was more or less the great melody sequence of all times.
I think it got hammered by Sven Feet like for years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played it at the Omen. I think somebody also wrote that he has memories at the Omen. And I also remember HR3 Club Night. There it was played as well.
Respect.
And any other
Very
track from
good.
this time you remember where you have special memories with, or which means something to you?
Jürgen. The question was for you.
At this time, I was totally into these important records, doing an acid track a day like this, and running into clubs, and maybe a bit of these trance, but always fast, hard. That was more these times, going to the clubs, which are more or less dark and then full of bass, and just having a non-stop mix by, for example, Sven Feth, like 6 hours, and then just dancing and listening to that's no particular track. That was just great times.
All the tracks. So if somebody watches us and thinks, I have an old machine, and but can I contact Jürgen? Maybe he's too busy. And what can you tell these people? Do you still have some free slots, or are you busy as a bee?
Both. So I'm really busy. But of course, I can accept things, but you have to be patient. It's not like bring it in and get it next day. Maybe if you really need it for a production or a gig or something, we can arrange something. But if you're just coming, it takes a few weeks. Most problem is that you, the client, coming and say it's just that one thing that isn't working. But when I open up the synthesizer, it's always a mess. There's always to fix this and this and this and this, and that just takes time. So
I know.
You know,
This leads me to a question. What about my Farfisa piano? How is it going?
Excuse me. It's halfway ready. So there are a lot of notes, and every note has a single PCB, and these two to do is a lot of work.
Oh.
And
I think Jürgen also have some effects from me, right? So much stuff.
Yeah, but how shall I bring all this stuff to Malta? Do you have an idea? You want to send me a suitcase first, or what's the plan?
You get the small API, my favorite compressors. He just fixed my little famous just my totally go-to compressor for my analog equipment here. So I will get them back.
But
Yes.
how many gears shall I bring back? I mean,
It's a suitcase. It's a suitcase. He will give you a suitcase.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, really, like really. It's a
Oh my God.
suitcase.
it's a red suitcase.
But I must warn you, my flight goes from Düsseldorf to Zurich, from Zurich to Malta. So I have one stop. What happens if I arrive without a suitcase? Would you kill me, or I mean, it would be my fault.
Don't come out of the airport without that suitcase.
No, but honestly, I mean, what happens if this suitcase gets lost? I pay, yeah. Oh my God.
Look
I
at
mean,
the airport.
the money is one thing, but the other thing is, I mean, it's a unique piece,
No,
right?
nothing will happen. The thing is, I have a babelfish, and I ask my alien friends, please take care of my equipment, and my alien friends will do this.
Okay, so you are
I'm sure.
optimistic,
I'm convinced,
and
yeah.
we would stay friends.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
there will
time.
be the Zurich airport, one room in that airport, all the crew sitting there. Yeah, we got the crew.
No. Then
Okay.
then I call the acid mafia.
Ah, okay.
The 303 gang, they will take care. For sure.
Or the acid warriors will leave
Yes.
the place.
No, everything should be fine. I hope so.
Mark will spend a lot of time at the customs. Yeah, hopefully not. But it's inside the EU, right? So should work. But we will tell the people. So I will fly to Malta in 2 weeks, and then we can also make a show together from Malta, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
a
we can
special edition.
make a special edition from here. Yeah.
Malta reunion edition. What are we doing
Yeah,
in Malta, by the
you-
way?
What we are doing in Malta, I think we can go and eat some nice food. We can watch the sea. We can feed my cats.
I have another idea.
Tell me.
Make this. I found it.
Oh,
This is the original one. So this is the unmodified. Next week I will show you the modified one, because I just bought this amazing camera here. So I can show things as well. And but we will also do this, right?
yeah, we will do some music. Actually,
Making music.
we have done a cool track before, and we have to fill up this release with some more cool music. And we have a project name. I think everybody knows this name already. And maybe we also plan for the future to play as a boy band.
Boys to men.
Oh,
Men
no,
to boys.
Mark,
No, men to boys.
This guy and me.
Men to boys. This
Yeah.
way. Another thought about the tracks on your album and the album name. Could we do something like an online poll? Are there pages where we can set up a poll for the people?
Good question. To be honest, I didn't check yet. I see a question. The demo listening part is, Mark, next week, right? We do this again.
Next week already?
I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Next week?
Yeah, I mean, next week, maybe. Yeah, then Discord, send your demos, I would say.
Yeah, put them into our Discord.
And maybe we can invite somebody who can listen to the tracks together with us. Let us see how we could invite. In the meanwhile, I will make a track only with this one.
Perfect. Actually, I have done a track only with a sine wave. Just with my students, I gave them the homework, create a track only with sine waves, and I made drums, percussion, bass lines, chords, like everything, almost. Maybe I show this because it's like a sound design lesson. Maybe in the future I can give some tips in production on this platform here as well. But we will see.
Yeah, of course.
Interesting challenge, because you started with the sine wave and not with the square wave.
Exactly. But it was easy to make a square wave just by distorting the sine wave.
Oh man. What's the English meaning of Fachidiot?
Fachidiot is Fachidiot. No. It's like kindergarten. It's kindergarten.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we are coming to an end tonight, but I have one more goodie for you, or we have one more goodie for you. Another track Jürgen made back in the days on a legendary label from back in the days. Made by amazing people. Just a second.
I'm curious.
Chuck.
I have no idea what Mark is showing.
Yeah.
Oh.
But before we play it and before we say bye-bye, Jürgen, do you have this track now that you see which one it is? Do you have it in your ears? Or
yeah,
really?
Yeah. That's a great bass line. Something
Can it be
monotonous, just keeps in mind. So I will never forget that track.
Well, I'm curious. I have no idea because I'm not a DJ. So
but it's
I know that label. I know that label. Let's see.
That label wasn't really good. So.
No. Yeah, dear Marotopians, thanks for joining us. It was a big pleasure once again that you joined us. Next week it's episode number 7 of Marotopia. And Robert, you have the last word before I press the start button. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. And next week we will listen to your demos again on episode number 7. Put your links, put your music into our Discord. Join our Discord, join our community. Let's see what we come up with, what's happening. Thank you very much. Let's listen to some cool music.
Ciao,
and
ciao.
Thanks to Jürgen. Thanks to Jürgen, this super cool guy here.
For being part of Marotopia. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Jürgen. Big pleasure to have you around.